Now, authorities in Nigeria say they have rescued 300 captives, mainly children in chains, from a building in the city of Kaduna. According to a Reuters reporter at the scene, most of the children were boys. So far, it's unclear how long the children were held captive for. For more on this story, we can go across to Chika Adua, freelance journalist in Abuja. What more can you tell us on this story?
Well, first of all, this is quite a disturbing discovery. We know that the raid actually took place on Thursday. The police force in Kaduna State, actually, the police chief did talk to the press to say that this building was raided on Thursday. About 300 people were discovered, mostly children and mostly boys. It appears that this was some type of Islamic school. At least it was operating in the name of an Islamic school, but there have been pictures that the police have released that shows the scarring on these children's bodies. Some of the people who were living there say that they were forced to stay there against their will, that they were not able to leave. And it's believed that many of these children were actually brought to this place by their relatives from not just Nigeria, from neighboring countries like Mali and Burkina Faso.
But I know that 7 people have been arrested, but who could be behind something like this? This doesn't just seem like a sort of boarding school, if you will.
Well, actually, this is not quite unusual in Nigeria. There are many unauthorized, unregulated schools that are operating as Islamic schools to indoctrinate students to learn Quran, to pray, and just to learn the tenets of Islam. And a lot of these schools have been cited for irregularities and for suspected abuse. So this is a reoccurring issue where we're finding these schools in very impoverished communities, and you're seeing hundreds of children, and you can't quite trace where they came from. It's a long-standing tradition in not just Nigeria, but other parts of West Africa to have these schools. President Buhari says that he wants to regulate the schools and perhaps even temporarily shut them down, but this is highly controversial. The teachers at this school claim, according to the police, that this was a normal functioning Islamic school, that the abuse, these are just false allegations. But from what we've seen from the pictures, with the scarring on the bodies, and what the detainees, if we can call them, say themselves, is that this was more than an Islamic school, that they were actually subjugated to abuse. The police has now turned these children over to the state, and there will be attempts to reconnect them back to their parents.
And they were in chains, let's not forget. Chika Adua, thank you very much for your joining us on the program.